Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to explain to you one of the biggest tests that happens to us when we start to awaken. Watch this video. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button, the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Today, I want to break this down a little bit. I'm in the middle of filming my Boundaries Bootcamp course, and this subject came up big around inner boundaries. And one of the things a lot of people don't realize is our inner boundaries is how we protect our true identity. But oftentimes that true identity was completely slaughtered in childhood. And this thing, like I like to call the old emotional pain identity, is something we're so afraid might be our truth. Shame, not enough, different, misunderstood, internally flawed, not measuring up, something just must be wrong with me. That is this emotional pain identity, the old identity, that so many of us try to run from when we're starting to have an awakening. Because when we start to have an awakening of what might be really going on, because we start to be treated better, we start to have different experiences in life that break us out of our maybe childhood role, we start to feel like this fear of losing this new version of self that feels very accurate. We're afraid to lose this new version of self that says, maybe you are worthy. Maybe you are a divine being having a human experience. Maybe you are beautiful and enough and worthy of approval. And then the old triggers come back that remind us of their childhood. We don't realize that's what it is, but the emotional pain body gets like a hit in the gut. And you're reminded of that old shame and you're like, oh my God, maybe that old emotional pain identity is my truth. What do I do? How do I protect myself from that? And this is when we need that inner boundary. How do I protect myself from falling back into the fear and the shitty feeling and the pain of not being enough when I just discovered I might be? We start looking everywhere for evidence that maybe we're right or maybe we're wrong and we don't know. And we become so dependent on opinions that God of opinion drops in and we're like, shit, right? This is what happens. And how do we not fall into that? How do we have an inner boundary to keep that? We have to do this. When you're children and you adopt this less than accurate identity, the old emotional pain identity, I'm going to call shame-based identity, it's because people who were treating you negatively were never questioned. You never question, oh, maybe my mom or dad is wrong about me, or maybe they're punishing me, or maybe they have their own wounds to work out, so they're projecting them onto me. As children, that ain't an option. Because you're not thinking what might be wrong with the person that takes care of me, clothes me, keeps me safe, and basically is my survival need. You don't do that. That'd be wacky, right? That'd be crazy. So you just accept this pain of your identity, this identity that feels awful and wrong. You accept it because you have to. And then you begin to blame yourself for not being able to hold on to the new identity, that self-blame thing that we all do. Oh my gosh, there must be something wrong with me that I can't even hold on to this truth. Oh my gosh, why do I have all this doubt? Well, you have doubt because your whole life you were told to doubt yourself and you should feel shame about yourself. So you can let that go. And then so we're lost in space, like, where's my guidance? How am I supposed to confirm that I'm good? So we start to look to our achievements. See, I am good. Or the compliments we get, I am good. That God of opinion that we, live for at some point. We've literally taken the power away from the universe and source and given it to people and opinions. So now we're stuck in this dependency thing, right? Oof. And once you're awakening and you fall back into that old zone, we all beat ourselves up. We all beat ourselves up. The spiritual perfectionism drops in, you know what I'm talking about. And it's a big mess. So this is what we do instead. Instead of allowing ourselves to lose ourselves completely, instead of, which is how it happens a lot, happened to me. It was one of my biggest pains as a teenager. I'm like, how can I not hold on to this new lovable truth? Why do my old insecure triggers keep getting me if I just found myself? because it's a new identity. It's new. And for all these years, you've been triggered back into thinking you're this shame thing. So the new one's really hard to own. And I'm going to give you a tool to be able to try to do this a lot easier. Like I said, when you're a kid, you don't question authority. As an adult, you should always question authority, in my opinion, so that you can solidify your own wise guide inside. And this is what I do. If you get a trigger and you're so afraid that, you're trying so hard not to go to old coping mechanisms to make sure you're safe and okay, but instead just stay present and stay real and say, I'm getting this trigger. It's making me afraid that my old shame-based self-identity could be true. Look at what the trigger is. Who's doing it? What is it they're maybe projecting onto you to make you feel that way? Or what is it you're perceiving to make you feel that way? See if it's true. Oh, someone's looking at me bad. People are talking about me. Okay, who cares? Think about it. People are talking bad about you and you start to have a fear of, oh my God, maybe I'm shameful. Maybe there's something wrong with me because people are talking about me. What you get to do is look at the people talking about you and put the face of God, universe, source, whoever it is you pray to, put it on their faces and say, would that ever happen? Would source, energy, universe, God, whoever, ever be talking bad about me? No. So why are you giving the God of opinion to people? Think about it. Then take your parent who did it to you and put God, I don't know, Buddha, Jesus, whoever it is you pray to, on your parent. Would that kind of person be talking to me that way? Would source energy talk to me that way? No, because source energy made me perfect for my purpose, but my parents, who also made me, they have flaws. So why can't I take the authority, or maybe I can now, take the authority back from opinions, back from flawed humans, back from the people who shamed you to begin with, and let it go. And start to elevate and start to use source, energy, universe, God, whoever, as the new authority in your life. The person that actually gave you, I don't want to say life because your parents gave you life, but the person who actually created you, the universe that created you, thinks you're amazing. So why would we put opinions over that? Why would we decide I'm going to own this shame-based reality that opinions gave me, or I'm afraid opinions are giving me, or that opinions gave me originally, instead of the source that gave me this? The source that gave me this awakening, that's with me in the awakening. The source that's telling me you are actually truth and divine and beautiful and lovable. Why can't I trust source over opinions? Think about it. This is how we can create this inner boundary of, no, I'm one with source, but let me check you out and why I'm triggered by you. Oh, giving power to the wrong place again. So I want you guys to practice this when you're in a phase of awakening and you're like, shit, I've lost my boundary. I don't know how to stay true to this new identity. Start to practice why you give your power to people and opinions and wounded people, flawed people, over source, who knows there's nothing wrong with you. We start to adopt this idea that the higher power that gave me breath and gave me life actually probably is right about me, hey. And when we can own that and see that, you will always question any other authority that makes you question yourself. Take that in, practice that. If you know someone that this video might help, please share it with them. Please make sure you're subscribed. I want to mention my Boundaries Bootcamp course is going to be open May 1st. I'm so excited. I also should mention Inner Work for Healing Narcissistic Abuse and Codependency is open. We meet every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. It says on my sign-up sheet that we started April 1st, but it is ongoing, so you can sign up at any time. I should also mention Emotional Rehab and Shadow Work, my 2 12-week courses, are now open on demand, so you can take it at any time, and I will be there for you every single week to answer live questions. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I adore you guys. You're doing amazing inner work, and I'll see you soon.